So it's 1995, and let's go over a majority of the map modes because I know a lot of people want to see kind of more information from what's going on in the world. So let's start off with the culture map mode. We've got Muscovite all throughout. I think it's the most prominent culture, or at least the most eye-catching because of the massive font size. I'm not sure it's the most dominant, but huge font size here. Ukrainian, there's not too much. German culture really didn't expand, even though the German nation expanded, which I think is probably a pretty normal thing for the most part. Culture, I don't think, has really changed all that much. We still have Korean culture here in the Korean Peninsula, even though that nation does not exist anymore. But still, that's kind of interesting. Australian all throughout that continent, obviously. Brazil has remained the same. American and Canadian. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to religion. So we've got Orthodox still about the same. Interesting that Germany hasn't pushed Protestantism further as they have expanded their borders. This seems all about the same too. Nothing too different there. I don't think we need to check on estates or unrest. Government types is one that everyone wanted me to look at, and I apologize for not looking at it sooner. Apparently, Germany is no longer a fascist nation. It is a parliamentary, non-presidential republic, and Adolf Hitler does not technically rule over anymore. So that is something to take note of. I probably should have checked in that because that happened several videos ago, so I apologize for that. So I guess this isn't technically Nazi Germany, but I'm sure they will still be referred to as Nazi Germany from the comment section, but I will try to refrain from that. So yeah, they're having elections every, 4 years or something like that? Yep, 4 years, so that's kind of interesting. Interesting that the British are not. The British have, what are they technically? Oh, they're a parliamentary constitutional monarchy. They're in a royal marriage, though. I did check that over the break. So obviously all of Russian lands, it's interesting that both Russia and the Soviet Union, they were both socialist states. So is Mongolia. And then we have a few kind of socialist empires. Actually, no, this is actually a despotic monarchy. Despotic, something like that, yeah. These are actually a few monarchies here in the subcontinent of India, and so is Saudi Arabia, which is an absolute monarchy, so that's kind of cool. Well, not cool, but I'm just saying this is interesting. Opinion map mode, we don't need to see anything there. Federations, rivalry, this is all specific for one individual nation. Trade might be good to look at. Holy crap, trade, well, this is trade goods. This is something that probably doesn't change too much in the extended timeline, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not used to the trade goods map mode, but I love the colors. Absolutely love the colors. Let's check on maybe development. There we go. Bam. So obviously all of Eastern China is developed, and this is part of the reason why China is so successful in a campaign like this. If Japan is able to, if they were able to get off the ground running and if they were able to take more provinces along the coast here, I think Japan really could have made a name for themselves. It's actually interesting because Japan, most of the Japanese mainland is really well developed as well. So I don't know, it's strange. I know that the Japanese are powerful. They're in a really tough location for the AI to make anything happen. So that's part of the issue. We've got the sub-Saharan region of Africa, pretty well developed here. We've got South Africa too, with some developments. A lot of Venezuela. Look, notice this. Now that's when Brazil's really going to gain a lot of their power, is when they take over Venezuela. All of this is going to be extremely useful for them. Canada not very well developed, which is kind of interesting. I didn't know that. Trade is going to be about the same, I don't think. I really don't think there's going to be much, much changing. I don't think trade will be very dynamic here in the extended timeline mod. I know that I made a mistake last time and only checked a few of the trade nodes when I probably should have checked the North American trade node, Chesapeake Bay. Yep, that's 144 ducats, I'm guessing, coming that way. Is that technically, yeah, trade value, I guess? English Channel is probably going to be very valuable as well. But yeah, lots of European nodes. Germany really they don't have that much power in a lot of their nodes, or at least the nodes that are under their control really don't hold that much power, which is kind of interesting. I'm wondering if the AI is struggling with economically at all. And that is about it. I think that's the only trade nodes that we really need to look into. But I do want to look at current wars, because there's an interesting one going on between Germany and Poland, an imperialist war where Poland called in a ton of their smaller allies. We've got Bulgaria, Lithuania, Romania. Who else is this? Defender. Okay, well, we've got outside nations, it looks like. I'm actually not sure who that is, but anyways, we're going to go to speed 5. See what happens. Visually, this is what it's looking like. Obviously, Germany no longer needs Italy's help, which is for the best. Italy actually hurts them now because of the Italian Egypt always gets sieged out. We always see Italian Somaliland not doing very well either. But yeah, I mean, since it was an imperialist war declared for Poland, I think that oh, and it's over already. They actually didn't even take out all of Poland. Oh wait, no, that was a different nation they peaced out with. Who was with this? Slovakia? It must have been with Slovakia, because I don't think Czechoslovakia was here. A primary core. Actually, I have no idea, but they separate peace with one nation, ate them up real quick. So Poland should also lose a lot of power here. Oh, we've got the Soviet Union versus who? Latvia and Scandinavia. That's another interesting one. So obviously, the Russian territory is not as powerful as we've once seen. Since the Soviets and Russians are here with that huge civil war pretty much that occurred, it's going to be interesting because Scandinavia has been protecting Latvia for a very long time. Actually, the Soviets were able to, I don't know how, but they got troops in maybe through Belarus. I think it's Belarus. I looked it up over the break. I think I have the pronunciation down possibly. We'll see if the Soviets can match the Scandinavian strength. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know if they can. Wait a second, is somebody else involved? Yeah, slowly but surely Germany's been separate piecing out with all these other nations. So yeah, it's just Latvia and Scandinavia. Yeah, I think they got military access through Belarus, and actually Scandinavia is going to win this battle here. They've got a 3-star general. Obviously they have the numbers advantage as well. That's pretty big. You know, we might see... Wait a second, I'm kind of confused. Oh, so... What is... Oh, Latvia is at one province, I see. And actually, this is all their former cores. So, if the Soviets don't get their stuff together, then Latvia is going to take their cores back very easily. Boom. Poland has been destroyed, I believe, completely. Yes, Poland lost this province here as well. So, most of the Polish... Actually, the entire Polish Empire has been eliminated from the game as of now. We have the Soviet... Oh, did the Soviets call in somebody else? Yes, the Soviets just called in the Estonia. A few years later, after that's actually huge. The thing is, though, I don't know if Estonia is really going to make that much of a difference. I'm actually really shocked at Scandinavia's strength. 63 regiments here with a 3-star general. They've got 37,000 men here to reinforce in Finland. Oh, well, now they're gone. But, oh, the Soviets are actually choosing... They've got military access through Russia. And they're moving through... Or somebody has military access through Russia. Who actually likes Scandinavia? Soviets don't like them. Russia... has a better opinion of Scandinavia. I don't know, actually. No, the Scandinavian opinion of Russia is very low. The weird thing is that the Soviet opinion of... I don't know. That's strange. Oh, is that war ended? No. Oh, I see. I don't know why. That was a weird glitch that I saw. It looked like it just changed to blue for a second, or it did change to blue. What is it? What else? China versus Japan and their ally. That's probably not going to go too well. That is probably not going to go too well for Japan and Manchukuo, something like that. Yeah, that's going to be very, very bad. Now, the Japanese need to get their regiments off of the Japanese mainland as soon as possible. Even if that were to happen, though, I don't think it's going to save them. I mean, the Japanese don't control that much land. It's easy to get confused by the similar red from the Jap. Oh, you know, they just won a battle. Oh, did they? Was that them? Yeah, that's the Chinese, I think, leaving. Is it? It is. Whoa. Holy crap. Now, wait, what is going on here? The Chinese actually have a morale advantage, but oh my gosh. There is a huge advantage that the Japanese have. 4.6 military tactics, which is providing them way more discipline. Holy crap. So wait a second, is Japan going to win this? I mean, it kind of looks that way. Is that possible? Now, keep in mind that the Japanese have, the Chinese have a huge force limit. Huge force limit, lots of manpower. Wow. That is crazy. Now, the Japanese alliance, I don't think is going to be able to do much. Now, wait a second. That might have just been for that regiment only. Maybe we saw something very specific. There's a 100 Japanese regiments trying to kind of navigate through Chinese lands. And also, for some reason, I mean, well, I guess there's probably a lot of regiments, but China's not assigning generals, or I guess leaders, which is a pretty big deal. Yeah, Japan has a significant advantage military tactics-wise over the Chinese, which is kind of big news. So I don't know where that's going to go. Bam, Germany already, they're not wasting any time jumping into their, this is like their third consecutive war, isn't it? Second or third, second for this video, but I thought in the last video we saw them get into a very minor war, or maybe that was a big war. 39 war score, anyways, over Hungary. Germany's holding nothing back, and actually, at this point, who's going to stop Germany? Without the presence of Russia, a very powerful Russia in the east, who's going to stop Germany at this point? And I don't think they even really care too much about their aggressive expansion. I mean, it's really deep red, -200, -300 with some of these nations. Germany just doesn't care at this point. And, I mean, they're going to really be able to do whatever they want. Now, who dislikes and who likes Germany? Interestingly enough, Ukraine likes Germany, and so do the Soviets. I don't think it's going to last like that, because I imagine the German AI is going to take tons of land away from the Balkan region. And I'm pretty sure the that aggressive expansion is going to hurt them and hurt any possible alliances. Soviet Union still at 0. So now the Soviets, oh, and I didn't realize that. So now the Soviets have also declared war on the Japanese and their ally. Notice that the Chinese are at -41. So that might end very soon for the Chinese. I mean, is it over now? No, it's not over now. So you're fighting kind of a dual front war. Problem is the Soviets just got embarrassed by Latvia and Scandinavia. And look at Estonia now. Estonia is only at 3 provinces. Well, good for Latvia. I'm really shocked that Scandinavia, for one, accepted that call to arms, and 2, Scandinavia pushed the Soviets back. That's a pretty big deal. Okay, so do the Soviets have many regiments near this location? Not really. Not really. Is there any claims? Do the Japanese have it? Japanese do have some claims, which it looks like the Chinese are trying to protect, or maybe just regiments happen to go over that province at the time we looked at it. Either way, this has been pretty crazy. Now, I don't believe that the Japanese should have as significant of an advantage. I know there's actually a lot of people that were discussing how powerful the Japanese actually are in the beginning of this timeline. The thing is, though, because of their location, they have such a tough start. Because they don't really, if they don't have a successful war against China initially, and they don't grab mainland provinces, then they really don't ever get off the ground running. So we'll see what happens. I mean, they're winning like this. If they were to win this, that'd be big, because this is the Chinese with a 3-star general. Military tactics, so I don't really know what's going on. This is strange. The military tactics number continues to change. Still a very significant discipline advantage that the Japanese have over them, which is very weird. We also see the Soviets. I mean, they've got a few stacks. There's really not that much of a threat at the moment from the Soviets. So the Japanese and their alliance have time to get out of this. Brazil's back at war with the Netherlands. Let's go ahead and check on what Germany took. Wow. Holy crap. They took like, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Something about 9. Around 9 provinces from Hungary. And did they from Belarus too? They did. 2 provinces from Belarus. And so I'm guessing they're still not accumulating aggressive expansion? No, not really. Only from the members that already disliked the Germans. So Germany is just going nuts right now. It's 1999, and the Soviets, they actually need to win this war over the Japanese. They really do, because without it, ooh, we've got Italy versus who? Versus Egypt. They should win that, because Egypt is not doing so well here in Africa. 73 stack of Italians going after the Egyptians, who have about no regiments. Surprised that war didn't get declared a lot earlier, a lot sooner. That's kind of strange. Yeah, it's an imperialist war that was declared. They already have 55 war score. They have control over Cairo, so that's about it when it comes to the imperialist casus belli. Also see a lot of, Algerian separatists rising up. So I'm guessing the French still have their alliance. Yes, they've got an amazing alliance still with Scandinavia, Great Britain, Venezuela, and Turkey. So it's still unlikely that we see these colonies rise up. Possible, but unlikely. Their liberty desire is not very high. 32. Wait, did I click on the same? Yeah, 17.5. Even though we're seeing Algerian separatists rise up, that is one way, I guess I didn't consider, that someone like Great Britain could possibly lose their Indian provinces if they do face kind of a time of instability and separatists rise up here. That's entirely, actually, that is a very significant, that's probably very possible. Yeah, the British colonies also really don't feel like revolting from their king, I guess. Well, it's a parliamentary, it's a constitutional parliamentary republic, right? Not really, I shouldn't say king, but guessing one of these wars is going to end soon. Yes, it did. And off the top of my head, oh, that was the Italian War. Yes. Really? Oh, okay. I was going to say you didn't take anything, but yeah, you vassalized them. So it shouldn't take too long. The Italians are probably going to annex the Egyptians. Do the Italians still have a positive opinion of Germany? A very positive opinion. Okay, so they're both very positive with each other. Interesting. I'm so surprised to see Germany liking the Soviets. That's strange. So this might be a really interesting possibility that Italy may have. After they annex Egypt, of course, they might want to attack the... Oh, they're actually friendly with the Saudis. Huh, I wasn't expecting that. Saudis also allied to Georgia. Italy is only allied to Angola, the Saudis, obviously Germany, and Mozambique. But that is about it. Have these wars ended just yet? No. But notice that the Chinese are not as far behind in terms of war score as they were initially. They're actually gaining war score very slowly. Oh my gosh, yep. So that's the Soviets really hurts this this defense. Japan was doing a really good job for the most part. I don't know what happened. Japan is starting to lose it now. Another thing to keep in mind is now the Chinese can also do a lot more because they don't have to field the threat that Russia posed in the north. And I don't know, I think that's should have been more obvious. Are the Russians allied to anybody? Oh, just the British, so they're going to stay alive. There's actually going to be a really interesting war when the Soviets and the Russians, I guess, try to claim each other's lands. Boom, Germany back at war, this time with Yugoslavia. So one by one, they're just eliminating all of the angry countries that have a bunch of AE against the Germans. So that's going to be interesting to see how they continue to expand. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.